What is going on, people? Welcome back. Johnny here, and we are going to play some more Rimhammer the End Times with the Dwarfs. I appreciate the comments. All the positivity is very welcome. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. And I'm still working on the Beastmen as well. You won't be disappointed in that. So, regardless, we're going to try and make some serious progress here. It's getting very close to the time that we need to get out and start our trading caravans. It's just a bit of a dangerous prospect, but I think in terms of getting on and off this map right now, since we really don't have easy ways on and off, just beautifying things, keeping everything nice and in line, making more rugs, and we're still dealing with some storage issues. We need lots of overflow. I have a dead great bear, sadly. They keep stepping on my traps, getting trapped inside my area, but everybody's pretty happy except Yurik. He's constantly having issues. This room is extremely impressive at 159, and that makes everybody happy. I'm going to try and get some more instruments to pack into there, and we're going to see about expanding things. We have this ogre research bench, but I need an ogre capable of research before I bother making it, because thus far I don't have an anyone can ogre mod that will let everybody be able to do that. So he's just not going to be able to accomplish it. Since he can't research, nobody else is going to be able to use that bench, so it doesn't much matter for now. Regardless of that, we're cruising through research. We don't have much dwarven stuff left, and now all this stuff does require gold to make, like the Ironbreaker armor, so we're not going to be making much of it. But regardless of that, we are going to do a ton of mining and see what we can find in terms of resources. Maybe we'll get lucky and find some gold. A lot of space to explore. I want to try something other than standard square, north, south, east, west corridors. We're going to try some at an angle and prepare for some additional growing zones as well. Otherwise, we got some mad will-o'-the-wisps making some really bizarre sounds and sound like radios or something that aren't getting a good signal. More rugs. There's the Empire rug that comes from my Empire mod. Bear skin and pretty unique, although I meant for it to be compatible somewhat with those existing types of rugs, so you can kind of mix and match them. Anyway, there was a warpstone meteor nearby, which is a vast amount of wealth. We probably should have done it, but we're just the threats at those are bananas. So we have some magic points we can use with some of our magic users. We might as well get all the spells with War. And Peterson has some magic as well. She has 3 points. So healing light, I don't know. We use these spells. Healing light's very expensive. Illuminate the edifice would be a decent choice too. Make lights that we can cast it more frequently. So anyways, people are having a party here, as you can see, in our fantastically fancy recreation room. Yurik's even happy now. He has nothing to complain about anymore. I think he was sick before. Cabin fever on Peterson is kind of a recurring problem since she's not an undergrounder. We do have a prisoner, Trado, so we're going to recruit this fellow before too long. He's an undergrounder, or she's an undergrounder. That'll be fantastic. We can not worry about getting those undergrounder or trapped inside type penalties. And it's at that point we do get another infestation. Not such a bad issue though. We'll show you how this one goes down, and I think from now on you can see we're well capable of handling these. And if I would make that room even smaller, the infestations themselves would be smaller. But there are some rewards to be had. We get rock chunks that we may not have otherwise acquired. We get steel from destroying the tunnels. We get glow pods. So I mean, there's a fair amount of stuff. Plus, the more there's two kinds of human-like rats there. There's slaves and weaker slaves. If we can get a hold of the non-human-like rats, we can butcher those up for food. So we also have a fair amount of magic we can be tossing in there. I always try to focus on the bigger rats when I do that, because why not? So slowly but surely everybody comes over. Dakam has a flame gun. Now, I don't want our own people to fall victim to these. I think we're going to end up burning up those lights when we use these. We're also going to dramatically increase the temperature in here when we do it. There's a massive rot bomb we can send off. Cabot is going to be affected. I should have ran him out of the way, but I didn't. He's going to get cracked by that. There you go. Didn't do much damage to him, though. As soon as I see temperatures going up too much, start a bunch of fires and just get the hell out of here. Should save quite a bit on our cleanup time if all the carcasses simply burn up in here. We close the door on our way out, go about our lives, and not really have anything to worry about. You can see those things do even, at least temporarily, start the walls on fire. Temperatures are getting hot. We're clearing out now. I'm thinking about just giving everybody flame guns. They're so effective because whenever you get a pawn on fire, they just panic and run around and don't really do anything that's going to hurt you. So anyway, we forgot Gotrik did close the door. Those are just very slow closing doors because I made them out of stone. So temperatures over 500, over 600, over 1600, over 1700. So they cap out at 1000 Celsius. That's 1832 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, we don't have anything else to worry about in there. We're just going to forbid the area and go about our day. It does slightly warm up the rest of the dwarven hold, but whatever. I was thinking about adding some additional vents. We did. Cabot was shredded by the rot bomb that we accidentally caught him by. You could see problem solved over there, and not everything was destroyed, which is interesting, despite that massive heat and everything being aflame. Trado joins at that point, so she will be a welcome ally. I guess we'll give her a shooting weapon. We do have another Drake gun. Don't need to be a good shot to hit with those babies. As temperatures come back down, need to get that door held open. Try not to get anybody burned up too bad. As soon as I open the door, people are going to start charging in. So it turns out you can forbid an open door and they just won't go through it. So there you go. It's nice. Temperatures are getting pretty warm. 140 in the hallway outside, but they're dropping rapidly in there since the door opened. It is 118, 119, all the way on the other side of the hold from this. So maybe some vents that lead out to the south would be useful, but whatever. And fella shows up with stuff to trade at that point. It's an ogre. We have some random weapons we can do there. Go in and destroy the Skaven tunnels. It'll get us some additional steel, which will be nice. So I got another great bear. We need to get these bears trained up. And a southern bear's hunting one of our people at that point. I'd say animals in RimWorld, wild animals, one of the biggest threats in the whole damn game. We end up running inside. Doors close. Not a big deal. We are going to bring him down just for thinking about hunting us. Doesn't take long for him to go crazy, but it's also not going to take long for us to bring him down with the dwarven crossbow. Anyways, we're still mining here. We haven't really found much in the form of other resources out in that direction yet. But our new grow beds are coming along nicely. We're going to go for some stone salve mushroom, which will give us fungal medicine when we harvest it. That should be fantastic. Then we can start making legitimate medicine, not just relying on herbal and fungal meds. Not that we haven't been buying good medicine along the way, but you can see we need some cleaners. Things are a bloody mess. Maybe I'll make a bunch of rugs and spread those around as soon as I can as well. Cooking through different types of weaponry, just so you have all the dwarven stuff researched. I don't have to worry about it if we do want something. War has himself a fire starting spree at that point. We do find some iron ore in the tunnel. I think we found copper as well. And War and his little fire starting nonsense drives me bananas. Look at this one though. Those are highly explosive right there. We better focus on that first before it blows up and takes that whole area out. There you go. Thank you for your assistance, Trado. Regardless, there's more shells need to be put in. We're just always overflowing with food, so I'm going to try and get as much of it as I can in a frozen/cold area. And anything that does spoil after that, it's fine. Our little drug-producing room is ready to go, ready to start making medicine wide open. We rebuild our thumper, which does cost us some gold. We're down to 974 gold at this point. But cruising through the research, it's high time we did something with this area. I'm going to put some more embrasures in so we can shoot through. Probably need a door over there as well at some point, but we can get to that in a bit. Ravenously hungry. Well, go eat. Uruk is always unhappy. Like, dude, there's a shit ton of food sitting there. And we do get some meals falling out of the sky magically at that point. I don't think those are ever going to get eaten. So I've made a few rooms over here. We're going to have some training rooms. We might as well put tables around as well so they never eat without a table if it can be helped. We're going to look for like martial arts training, and we do have Chainbender and Ogre shows up at that point. There's a bunch of saber tusks around. I don't think they belong to Chainbender, but maybe they should. Another bloody fire starting spree. Look how fucking happy this guy is. You can't. This is why you don't take pyromaniacs into your. We are going to send that Slayer out next time a Jabberslav comes in. Might be time to get rid of War. I think I only took him because he was a magic user, but it's a very frustrating situation at this point. As pyros generally are. It's just one of those little bits of tedium to RimWorld that I don't enjoy. There's no point. I could see, if they have a mental break, that's fine. Go on a fire starting spree. But if you're extremely happy already, there's no reason for it. Like, what causes that in the game? I don't know. You can see wealth is over 271,000 at this point. Bit over anyways. We have rugs being turned out as well. Put a rug in that room. All the bedrooms also have nice animal hide flooring. We're not doing that ogre research bench until we get another ogre. So Bugman's Brewing is the last thing outside of high blood stuff for the dwarfs, and we will get to it. We have a troll leather rug we'll stick in this room just to beautify it a bit. I'm gonna probably put rugs at all the entrances all around the hole. They'll help keep filth down, and I think that'll help us out quite a bit. So we do need some shooting targets as well here. There's a spot we could smooth to complete the beautification of the walls of that room. So we'll see if they end up using those things. It does make that noise I hate, that when they go on a mental break and start smashing stuff up. So maybe I'll get over my hatred for that noise. And there's a dead yak we can claim. And I have the trap corridor closed. What's not a lot getting in at this point, so it's okay. Yeah, see, there you go. Yeah. Oh, nobody has training on. As soon as I turn it on, though, check it out. And I'll go in there and start whacking away. They're just craving some new stuff to do, clearly. If they have like a flame weapon like Trado there, then they just end up throwing rocks, which still improves their shooting ability. They don't really get any wreck from this, I noticed. Even though it's under... I think these fall under recreation, but whatever. I noticed the wreck amount on some of these people wasn't going up, and it seems... See? Seems like this should be recreation, but whatever. At least they're getting some martial abilities from it. So we're going to build more shelves to hold random things. And there's some traders that sure some people show up, trade some stuff. We do get a light cantrip scroll, a healing potion, which is massive. Need to get rid of those things straight away in order to keep our wealth down as much as we can. Training rooms are cool. I like just dedicating whole big spaces to those things. It seems worthwhile, and they get skill pretty rapidly, although could be because of the passion as well. So we're going to have Gotrik learn some new spells, considering he's sitting on a shit ton of magic points. I was going to try and save those so that we can use them for turning people to gold when we get raided, and I think that'll be valuable. But I do cast his light cantrip. He's got raised ground now as well. Or he's had that one for a while. Cure poison is the other one, so if somebody gets food poisoning, we can take care of it. And doing a ton of mining. We find some pristine ruins nearby, but we're not really going to get out and deal with that. Our bears have a baby. And the whole beautification process continues in the form of smoothing, which no one can complain about. Probably extend that hallway all the way out to the edge too and see what we can find at some point here. I don't know why I feel the need to square everything off. More disease strikes in the form of gutworms. That's not going to help the moods any. We do have somebody with an old gunshot wound that we're able to cure with our healing potion. Anything that's causing pain and mood issues, those I focus on unless there's a major effect to their ability in some regard as well, and that seems worthwhile. Alright, they'll get the last of that cleared up. We are getting raided at this point while we're working on a little tomb for visitors and allies that die while they're here. Although then we will have people digging up carcasses and dumping them on our eating tables, but whatever. We need to get a door opened here so they go down our trap corridor, if we can make that happen. There's a lot of magic users over there. You can tell by the wizard staffs that they're carrying. Whatever, though. Dakam gets in and out quick, or out and in quick, I guess. War decides he's going to go out there and pick something up, but we need to put the kibosh on that. So let's just leave those people to their business. I need to forbid it, actually, so he doesn't go over there. And they are getting a bit rambunctious. I'm going to try. I was trying not to use the grudge throwers on them. See, they're going to prepare for a while. I want to capture some extra people. Wizard would be fun. I'd like a Laura Plague. That would be one of the best case scenarios. Gotrik's going to go over there and try and turn some people to gold here. So this could work out pretty well for us. And I'm going to pick on pawns I know I won't want, like Ungors, for instance. Oh, there's a Skaven. Beautiful. Bam! Look at that. She turned right into a statue. That's glorious. All right. So we can keep trying that. We do need to go meditate, though. So there you go. Gold transmuted pawn. I don't think these people will steal them and like just decide to steal what's there and run away. Hopefully we can actually capture these things. So with a magic point and some meditation, I'm not going to claim the statue, so hopefully if I don't claim it, they'll leave it. Look at that. We got an Ungor, too. All right, there's 1,000 gold sitting right there, fuckers. Yeah, I know I haven't gotten gold in a long time. We did buy some gold off one of those caravans. I'm going to try again here, since here we are. We got the magic points, and we can... 3 for 3, dude. That's phenomenal. Look at that. So we upgraded final transmutation to the top level. Okay, it does say they're going to try and steal what they can and leave. And yeah, there's nothing else for them to steal but that. I do renew the spell, and we can try and cast it again. They did steal the statues and run off already, but I got more magic points. So we just lost 1,500 gold. A lynx self-tamed, and a lynx was killed by those people. So as they're fleeing off the map, we're going to run out there and see if we can't capture them. That really blows ass. I should have waited for them to come to me, I guess, before I started turning them all to fucking gold statues. It's really disappointing. It's going to be phenomenal. That's clearly the #1 way. There's the Jabberslith quest, which will get you several hundred gold. And then there is the spell, which when it's fully upgraded, is pretty effective. Why don't you guys just walk out the goddamn door? You're trying to smash through a wall. Whatever. Happy Easter, anybody that's into that. Well, my kids had fun today, hunting around the backyard for little eggs with candy in them, just what they need. Regardless, Bibba here is really chapping my ass. He's not even mining through something that's going to allow him to escape. He's just mining through a wall into a mountain. I'm going to open some doors here, and we'll see what we can do to turn some more people to gold. They do have some ogres. I haven't even started checking bios, because you never know who's going to be left and who's going to be toast by the time that it's all said and done. Our moods are seriously collapsing. We spent too much time standing around. There's a flamethrower for you. Oh, I love it. We're going to do some magic down the corridor. Bam! Mabula snare. I was going to see if I couldn't capture that wizard. One issue with the wizards, I'm not sure. Something changed recently with the game, and a lot of enemy pawns are unwaveringly loyal now. And that's unwaveringly chapping my ass, because we can't recruit them. Now, we do know that we can bring them in, and as long as we quote-unquote execute them as fast as we can by turning them to gold, they'll we won't have super mood penalties. I don't know why we're going to try and fight this ogre right here, but actually Trado's got a flame gun. Oh, he's actually hitting Trado. She's hitting the ogre with a flame gun. Why not just take a step back and torch the bastard? There you go. She starts herself on fire. Dakam also has one. We need to get the fire put out. Helka is a lower... high lore wizard, but unwaveringly loyal. Again, like, what is this nonsense? Why all of a sudden there's some change was made, and whatever I have my initial resistances set to, they're just so dummy me. Forgot to try and cast the spell on them. One of them died, and then the other one I just stripped her and set her free. For whatever it's worth, off she goes. She can't recruit, so I don't even think you can recruit her. There's a lore death mage, if you have an inspiration. So I find that whole thing frustrating. But anyway, some more traders show up, the ogres, and as always, they have people we can purchase if we want to purchase some slaves. Our walls are all beat up. We have a ton of stuff to sell, so I'm gonna buy a couple people here. I'm gonna try to anyway, and some medicine. We have a ton of clothes we don't want. The ogres always have so much shit we want. It's bananas. I have a bunch of cloaks and stuff. Anything normal, I'm happy to sell. We're going to buy a lute and a gong as well to put into our rec room area. And we got a couple new people here. So justified execution, yes. Yeah, so if you execute them soon, meaning like right after you stick them in prison, you still get a penalty, but it's only -2. We're going to start rebuilding all these traps out of iron as well, rather than wood. Since I stopped building them out of wood, our wood stockpiles have increased dramatically. We do need new bedrooms if we're going to house the 2 new people we just bought. And there's mad wild boars, which is no bueno since the walls aren't rebuilt, but there is a big pack of ogres over there that can deal with it for us. Sadly, all those traps I just rebuilt, guess what? Solves the problem. So we end up with way more meat, which we didn't even need any more meat. We already have too much meat. One of them actually stands up right away. That's it, guys. Leave me a like. Leave me a comment. I read them all. I respond. I love you all. I'll see you next time.